Sowing on good grounds actually means that you can sow on. We have been talking about a farmer sowing on a stony ground, thorny ground, and then today is good ground. You sowing on a good ground, you are expected to reap much harvest than if you had sown on a stony ground, if you had sown on a thorny ground. A well good cultivated land, if a farmer goes to a well cultivated land and sow his good carefully, intentionally sows good the seeds very well, plants the seed without even throwing it anyhow, you find out that that seed will produce a bountiful harvest. The seed is going to yield massively because the farm was already cultivated for the farming. The seed is well fertilized, and you see that if monitored and watered and then allowed to grow in a very good environment, that seed will yield a good result that will produce massive fruit or seed, multiple seeds for the farmer. It also tells us that we ourselves, when we hear the word of God and we intentionally and carefully plan it, just like the farmer who plants his farming and cultivates this farm first. You see that the farmer was intentional about producing a good and bountiful harvest. That is why he went about to make sure that every aspect of his planting was very well and the ground well tilled for the planting season. So we ourselves, when we hear the word of God, we are expected to do what? To listen carefully and pay attentive to the word of God, whether in the church, anywhere the word of God is being preached. Listen to it carefully. And it's not just about us listening to the word of God carefully. It's also about us doing what the word of God says. You know, many of these ones that we have been talking about, the farmer goes out, those that fell on the thorny ground, they listen to the word of God, and the cares of this world chokes the word of God and it disappears. So the word of God that they listened to was not able to make very good impact in their life, and their life was just dried, and it's dry.